Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the JV Sports Show Special Edition. This is the brainchild of James Poovey. It's Vince Delisio, James
It's not
Poovey
saying
here.
much, Vince.
Yeah. This is a spring JUCO appreciation show here for our JUCO sophomores whose seasons were cut short, a little bit short this spring due to what is going on out there. And we wanted to take some time to give a shout out to some special student athletes, so many out there, and decided to invite a couple of them on the show, get to know a little bit about them, what they're doing, what makes them tick, why they do what they do, and where they're headed after this. So, James, what do we have?
Well, it's going to be a great show tonight, Vince. We've got Jake Davison joining us from Paradise Valley Community College, the golf team. Natalie and Jocelyn are going to be on with us as well from the Phoenix College Bears. We've also got Calvin Shapiro on with us from Central Arizona College, the baseball team there. Danae Preuss is joining us as well from Mesa Community College softball team. Mark Osana, also from the Phoenix College Bears baseball team. And Cody Tucker rounds on our lineup here tonight, if you will. Vince from Mesa Community College. He plays baseball there for the Thunderbirds.
All right. Well, let's kick it off and let's get to know these guys. I'd like to start with from Phoenix College, Natalie Castro. Natalie, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi, how's it going? Natalie and Jocelyn together. So, Natalie, I just want to know a little bit about you. So, you were a sophomore this year for Coach Mueller out there at Phoenix College, and you guys always put together great teams. I mean, going back years and years and years, but obviously you've been out there last couple of years. And where'd you go to high school?
I played softball at Williamsville High School.
Oh, Williamsfield. Okay, super. And your decision to go to Phoenix College, crosstown, how did that end up coming about?
Honestly, well, I wanted to go to Phoenix College for like the softball programs, like phenomenal there. And I've heard just so many great things about it. And I was like, I'm honestly willing to travel and do whatever I need to do to like put my heart on the field for a team that like I would love to play for. So I did that.
Natalie, when did you start playing softball, and when did you realize that that was your sport and that was going to be what you would pursue not only in high school but on at the next level in college?
Well, honestly, I was 4. I was a little baseballer out there.
All right.
And then when I turned 11, my parents were like, these boys are getting bigger and you're staying literally the exact same. I think it's time to move on to softball. So I picked up this big yellow ball, mud baseball, and I was like, this is it. And it was just like the adrenaline rush on the field and just like having so much girls. It was like when I turned 11, I started throwing that yellow thing around.
Did you, Natalie, did you play other sports in high school aside from softball, or was that it? You were hooked and that was just the one sport?
Well, I was hooked, but on the off season, I did like to play volleyball. So I was on our volleyball team as well at Williams.
Now, Natalie, we were taking a look at your picture there a moment ago for the Phoenix College Bears. You chose to wear number 99. Now, do you specifically remember – this is a great shot, by the way, action shot. Do you remember this specific game or this picture, and maybe take us through a couple moments of that? Who was this against? And you got a lot of your teammates there in the dugout looking on as well.
Well, if I'm being honest, I do not remember that photo was taken. It's my game face is always like right when I step in between those lines. It's like me versus the pitcher, and that's like how it is every time I step up to the plate. And I chose 99 because that was my birth year, and honestly, it's available on every team. So that's just my lucky number. I will never go.
Wow.
There you go, Vince.
That's awesome. 99 is a birth. I tell you what, James, I'm not even going to say when my birth year was. But,
no.
Anyway, that's great. Congratulations. And what are your plans?
I plan on staying at Phoenix College.
Okay.
And busting through it one more year. And hopefully our end goal is to get a ring. And that's what we're going to strive for this year. Because I personally think last year was it too, but being cut short, we now just have one more year to come back better than ever. So I will be playing there and continuing my academic career for one more year. And then after that, I'm going to a university and finishing out my softball years.
Awesome.
Any ideas on those universities possibly?
Yeah, exactly.
I was talking to a couple this past season, but with everything that's happening, I kind of just told them, like, I love this team. Like, I love Coach. Like, he's always been there. I've literally bled, sweat, and cried in his office, and I'm going to be coming back here.
No. When I worked there were a couple of times I had to go into Coach's office and cry a little bit too. So.
Yes, I've been there, done that plenty of times, and that's just like home.
Virtually a river of tears over there on the Phoenix College campus from Mr. DeLisio. So
that's right.
Who else is joining us now? Vince from Phoenix College there.
Yeah, Natalie,
the
why
Bears.
Don't you introduce your teammate.
This is my girl Jocelyn. We honestly started playing a long time ago together.
Yeah, we've been playing together since we were 12. That's why we wanted to do this too.
Wow. Okay. Joined at the hip. So Jocelyn, and but forgive me if I mispronounce your last name. Is it LaFleche?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Great. And so you guys have been playing together. You've known each other since you were 12. You guys went to Phoenix College together. Jocelyn, what kind of season did you have this year before it was it had ended?
This season was a lot better for me than last year, because last year I had like the freshman jitters, but my on-base percentage and my average were a lot better, and I was actually stealing bases. I got faster, and so I just improved while being at PC.
Great. In terms of school, so based on my notes here, you're also going to be returning to Phoenix College for another season. Some of the schools have been talking to. Are you guys going to try and end up going somewhere together, or if one school wants you and the other one wants the other one?
I was actually already signed to a school, and I told her that I was going to stay at PC, and okay. Yeah, at Davis and Elkins University in West Virginia. So I was going to go there this year, but I decided to stay, and we can go together or not, but she lives down the street.
Takes us, I know.
Okay.
Jocelyn, what would you say is one of the fondest memories that you've had since playing college softball?
Since playing college softball. Okay, this is kind of gonna invert, but she hit her first grand slam this year ever in her life. And I've known her since I was 13, and I was on base, and I literally almost peed my pants when she crossed home plate. I picked her up and everything.
Oh, wow.
I pee too.
What a tender moment, Vince. Is that what you expected to hear there when I asked that question?
I was not expecting to hear that, but that's good. That TMI and good to know. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. So congratulations. Good luck to you. Stick around. We'll circle back with you both. Let's move on to Cody Tucker out of Mesa Community College baseball. Mr. Tucker, how are you, sir?
I'm great. Thanks for having me, guys.
Awesome.
Hey, we appreciate you coming on, Cody.
Cody, where are you from?
I am from Mesa, Arizona, so I've stayed here forever.
Okay, where'd you go to high school?
I went to Mesa High.
Oh, Jackrabbit. Okay, awesome. And just ended up down the road at MCC. So what made you decide to stay that close to home?
Well, so I served a church mission and then came back after a year. And then I saw a tweet that they're having a walk-on tryout, and I didn't have any schools or anything. So I just went down to the school, did an open tryout, and made the team.
Well, Coach Sorelli, Anthony Sorelli, I mean, he's got quite the background. The guy played for the legendary Brock at Mesa, and he's homegrown. He's been at Mesa for many, many years, so he knows he's got an eye for talent. This is one thing I'm curious about. And a lot of young people that do serve on missions 2 years, how were you out of shape when you came back? I mean, you're over there throwing on the mound. Where did you serve, and did you get a chance to play while you were serving?
So I served in New York, upstate near Syracuse.
Okay.
And I didn't really have that many opportunities to train and stuff. But I came home. So I came home in May, and I had that summer to kind of train. So I worked. And I trained probably for about a month before the tryout. Like right when I saw the tweet, I started throwing again and started trying to get back into shape, and it just worked out.
Cody, what do you want to do with your baseball career after you're done as a Thunderbird? What is your ultimate goal? You want to take this thing to the major leagues?
I do. That is my goal. That's my end goal.
And how do you think you're going to get there?
I think I got a pretty good shot. I think I just know that if I keep, working hard and doing the things that were instilled in me at MCC, because their culture and work ethic that they teach is like incredible. And so if I just stick with the program and stay consistent and keep trying to get better, I know that I can do it.
Well, Cody, thank you so much for joining us here on the special edition of the JV Sports Show. Vince, we're going to take a short commercial break, pay a couple bills. We'll come back here and we'll visit with some more of these outstanding senior spring sport athletes. Try to say that 3 times in a row.
Sophomore.
Yes, sophomore. Oh, sophomores. That's
Senior,
correct.
But sophomore at junior college level.
Yes. Very good. Outstanding. So stay tuned. We'll be right back here on the JV Sports Show. And
James here to tell you about TBA, Training Better Athletes. Founded by renowned offensive line coach Ron Sowers, their philosophy is based upon training and building well-rounded athletes and young men. They are the go-to training program for talented offensive and defensive linemen seeking to excel in middle and high school programs and preparing to excel at the next level. Coach Sowers continues to prepare student athletes for their collegiate careers at schools such as Notre Dame, Arizona State, and Oregon State, just to name a few. Contact TBA today at 602-435-9064 or visit their website at trainingbetterAthletes.com. You can't cheat the grind.
Sal's is synonymous with the best New York-style pizza hands down in the East Valley. My favorites are the lasagna pizza and grandma pizza topped with meatballs and olives. With family dinner specials every day of the year and lunch specials till 3, you can't go wrong with anything that Sal and his friendly staff serves you. Sal's Gilbert Pizza, located on the southwest corner of Gilbert Road and Warner in Gilbert. Open from 10:30 till 9 Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. Friday and Saturday. Closed Monday. GilbertPizzaAZ.com. Sal's Gilbert Pizza, proud partner of the JV Sports Show. Anna and Keith started Stessa Movement Company 2 years ago with their customers' clothing styles in mind. They designed for you. Their goal is to clothe the world. It's high-end clothing at affordable prices. Check out and follow this cool streetwear clothing company on Twitter at Stessa Movement and Instagram at Stessa Co. I wear Stessa gear in our broadcasts. It looks and feels great. Sponsoring the Stessa JV Sports Show Player of the Week Award and proud partners of the JV Sports Show. Stessa Movement Company. Stessa spelled S-T-E-S-A for style.
Welcome back to the JV Sports Show, special edition spring sports appreciation show, James.
It's a tongue twister, Vince, is what it is. Yeah.
It is a junior college edition here honoring the best of the best, and this next one is not going to disappoint. Phoenix College baseball, Mark Osana. Mark, how are you, sir?
I'm good. I appreciate you guys having me on the show tonight.
Well, we appreciate you joining us, and we know what kind of program head baseball coach Kevin Kimball runs over there at 15th Avenue in Thomas. So tell us a little bit about your upbringing. It looks like you're a graduate of Seton Catholic.
Yes, I am.
Out in Chandler, and ended up, how'd you end up at Phoenix College?
So coming out of high school, I actually only had 2 offers, both local junior colleges. And I felt that Phoenix College, after talking with Coach Kimball and everything like that, I figured that would be the best place for me to develop at the junior college level and hopefully find a way into a good 4-year program.
Now, Mark, there's a lot of talent in the state of Arizona on the baseball diamond. How do you think that's progressed over the last couple of years? And how do you think that the talent level has increased? How do you think that's prepared you to compete better at the next level and maybe if you want to take this thing all the way to the majors?
Yeah, the talent level for baseball, at least in Arizona, has always been really high. It seems like any level, like especially in high school you play at, there's always good teams with good players. The competition's always good, like playing with clump ball and tournaments and everything like that. There's always guys out there like throwing super hard, hitting balls far and everything like that. So playing in Arizona definitely prepared me for the college level, I would say. I've been out of state a couple times to play tournaments, and the competition just doesn't stack up like how it does here in Arizona.
Now Seton isn't exactly a big school. I mean, it's a smaller school. Mm-hmm. Did you play other sports besides baseball while you were there?
No, I did not. Baseball was the only sport I played at Seton.
Wow. Okay. And so you did that. Nice thing about baseball is that you can pick up a ball and throw it year round. And to go across town to end up in Phoenix. What are your plans after this year? Are you planning on returning for another season?
Yeah, so I was in contact with a couple schools, but just because of everything that happened,
Yeah.
the contact we had back and forth, they kind of reached out to me and said that the guys that were planning on leaving are coming back. So due to that reason, I will be back at PC this fall.
What do you
Mark,
want to do?
My goal is to obviously finish out this next season that we have, and
Yeah.
then by that time I'll be graduated from PC, and I hope to go find a good 4-year school to play at, and from there hopefully find my way in the pro ball.
If you have any of your old coaches watching tonight, Mark, on the show here, what would you like to say to them, maybe even going all the way back to Little League, all the way to your current baseball career?
Yeah, if there are current coaches watching, a lot of them, especially my high school coach, I would say his name is Brian Stevenson. He instilled a lot of good traits in me, like work ethic and everything like that. He kind of taught me just to work hard and just be really disciplined with everything I do and everything like that.
Mark Osana, Phoenix College Bears baseball. Thank you, sir, for joining us. We really appreciate coming on here, and we wish you nothing but continued success.
Thank you,
James,
guys.
I'd like to head back over to Dobson and Southern here, and let's talk to a softball player out at Mesa Community College by the name of Danae Royce. Danae, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Great. Thank you so much for joining us. Real excited to talk to you. And Assistant Athletic Director out at Mesa, Mike Lavella, spoke really highly of you, said that you could you have the gift of gab, and all we have to do is sit here, and you can pretty much run the show for us here the rest of the time that we're on the air. How does
Take
that
it and run with it, Danae.
Yeah.
No.
So
we need all help we can get, Vince.
Yeah, see, exactly. So you're quite the softball player, I hear. And where'd you go to high school?
I went to high school at Apache Junction High School.
Ah, Prospector. Okay. All right. Great. And what kind of a season did you have this year out there at Mesa?
This season, or the half of the season we had, it was really good. I finished this half season or whatever with the highest batting average, so that was really an accomplishment, and it felt really good. So
take us back, Danae, to the time when you first started playing softball. What was it that helped you fall in love with the game?
To be honest, that's how my parents met. They met in co-ed softball.
Wow.
And they played against each other, actually. My dad pitched to my mom. So that's how,
No kidding.
I was kind of born and raised into softball, and I've been playing ever since I could remember. And it's never been a decision whether I want to play ball or not. It's just always.
You're headed off to another program, it looks like here. Tell us a little bit about that. Danae, are you there?
Oh, we might have lost Danae. We still got her, though, I think. Danae, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, Vince.
Yeah, so you're heading off somewhere locally after this. Tell us a little bit about how all that came about with Grand Canyon University.
I'm going there. I'm super excited. I'm going to join the pre-physical therapy program, and so I can start my physical therapy career. I'm also looking to get my personal training certification very soon and start training young athletes, especially since I have a few club coaches that I could work for and train their girls, so that'd be really fun.
So is that so assuming then that you're no longer your softball playing career is over and now you're focusing on the on work, on training for a career?
It's my plan B. I have talked to Coach Pearson over at GCU. We have communicated back and forth a little bit, and I'm going to try out. I'm going to give my all, and if it doesn't go the way I plan, I'm going to be personal training, and that's fine too. I love personal training. I love fitness and the gym, and super excited to opening back up again after quarantine, so that's really nice.
Well, Danae, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you coming on the show here. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask about the Stones T-shirt. Are you a Rolling Stones fan, or maybe your parents?
My parents, yes. To be honest, I grabbed it out of my friend's closet really quick. And didn't
Well
really look
done.
at what it was.
You know, that's one band, James, that we haven't featured as part of our Saturday morning radio show music feature. So
I think Danae just helped us pick the music for next Saturday's radio program. Thank you, Danae.
Yeah, thank you, Danae. All right.
We appreciate that.
James, should we take a quick break and come right back?
We'll take another quick break. We'll come back and we'll visit with our final two athletes of the evening here on a very special edition of the JV Sports Show. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Sal's is synonymous with the best New York-style pizza hands down in the East Valley. My favorites are the lasagna pizza and grandma pizza topped with meatballs and olives. With family dinner specials every day of the year and lunch specials till 3, you can't go wrong with anything that Sal and his friendly staff serves you. Sal's Gilbert Pizza, located on the southwest corner of Gilbert Road and Warner in Gilbert. Open from 10:30 till 9 Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. Friday and Saturday. Closed Monday. GilbertPizzaAZ.com. Sal's Gilbert Pizza, proud partner of the JV Sports Show. Anna and Keith started Stessa Movement Company 2 years ago with their customers' clothing styles in mind. They designed for you. Their goal is to clothe the world. It's high-end clothing at affordable prices. Check out and follow this cool streetwear clothing company on Twitter at Stessa Movement and Instagram at Stessa Co. I wear Stessa gear in our broadcasts. It looks and feels great. Sponsoring the Stessa JV Sports Show Player of the Week Award and proud partners of the JV Sports Show. Stessa Movement Company. Stessa spelled S-T-E-S-A for style.
James here to tell you about TBA, Training Better Athletes. Founded by renowned offensive line coach Ron Sowers, their philosophy is based upon training and building well-rounded athletes and young men. They are the go-to training program for talented offensive and defensive linemen seeking to excel in middle and high school programs and preparing to excel at the next level. Coach Sowers continues to prepare student athletes for their collegiate careers at schools such as Notre Dame, Arizona State, and Oregon State, just to name a few. Contact TBA today at 602-435-9064 or visit their website at trainingbetterAthletes.com. You can't cheat the grind.
And welcome back to the JV Sports Show Special Edition Spring Appreciation, JUCO Appreciation Show. We're featuring sophomores, folks, from around the state, and we're real excited to talk to them and get to know a little bit about them and their plans here and their seasons having been cut short here this spring. But we are back, and we're going to head to Central Arizona College. Mr. Calvin Shapira. Calvin.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you? Did I butcher your last name, or was that correct?
It's Shapira, so you were close.
Oh, Vince, you were close,
okay.
though.
I was close. So, Calvin, you're a defending national champion out there, and obviously season cut short, but Coach Gillich was real high on talking about you and nominating you for tonight's show. Tell us how you ended up down in Coolidge.
Yeah, so actually last year I attended the University of Southern California. So I wasn't at Central last year, and then I played my freshman year there, then decided I needed to come back home and try the JUCO route out. So I love Coach Gillich and love the school, and obviously them coming off the national championship was pretty hard to say no to. So I went down to Casa Grande, and we had a great year. I loved it. It was the best year ever, so can't complain.
Now, Calvin, you're a pitcher. You pitch from the mound. Have you always been a pitcher since you started playing baseball, or have you? How did you finally settle on that position? Did you start at shortstop, or were you in the outfield for a while?
I've pitched ever since I can remember, pretty much. I played a little first base. I was never the best hitter, honestly, but pitching was always just the one thing I was good at and the one thing I loved. So that's kind of just naturally just came to me, and I love pitching, and it's the best position out there, I think.
So as a pitcher, I've got to ask you: are you a fan of the DH, or is that a no-go? Are you American League type of guy that likes a DH, or you like the National League where pitchers got to hit?
I mean, I think it'd be fun to hit, but I think once you get up there and those guys are throwing 95, 96, I'd rather focus and be on the mound. But definitely love the aspect of hitting, so I'd be good either way, I think.
Nice going there, James. That's very impressive. Very astute of you. Very Vin Scully-like with the questions. So
I don't think you've ever called me astute, Vince. Thank you, sir.
Yes, congratulations. Calvin, where are you from? Where did you go to school before SC?
I'm from Scottsdale, and I went to Pinnacle. So I played baseball and basketball all 4 years at Pinnacle.
Pioneers.
Okay. Wow. So you really you took a leap and ended up, now granted you ended up in a a baseball dynasty, but it's not exactly LA or Phoenix.
Yeah, it's a little different from LA for sure. But we had a great group of guys that a couple of sophomore bounce backs that we all kind of hung out and we became really close. So we had a great group of guys, definitely good staff, and we had a good time in Casa Grande for sure. I loved it.
And I see that you're heading off to Purdue. How did all that come about? And you must be excited about that.
Wow.
Yeah, the coach recruited me in high school. He was at Pepperdine, and then they were one of the first calls when I went to Central, and I went on a visit and just being there for a couple of days and seeing the town and all they had to offer and the great coaches there. I just couldn't turn it down, so I made that decision, and I'm excited to go there this fall.
Well, Calvin, congratulations. We're excited for you. A future Boilermaker on our hands here, Vince, and we're excited to track your career and watch you as you progress through the ranks. So thanks for joining us tonight. We really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Awesome. And last but certainly not least, let's head back up to North Phoenix here to Paradise Valley Community College. Mr. Jake Davison, the golfer. Jake, you there?
I'm here. How's it going?
All right, great, Jake. Thank you so much for joining us. And Jake, how'd you end up out there and playing for Coach Wittig? He's quite the storied coach there, and he's done a lot in the professional game and also coaching there at PVCC.
Yeah, he's a really great coach to have. He's been around the block, and going to PV, I really didn't have a lot of offers out of high school. I mean, I was one of those cases that I just really wasn't good enough to go on to the higher level. So going to PVCC really helped me. I got a lot better mentally and physically, and yeah, I feel like I made the right decision.
Now, Jake, do you want to take this thing all the way? Do you want to go ahead and try to get your tour card? Maybe, unfortunately, this year, the first time I can ever remember that the Masters has been canceled. A lot of good tournaments over the spring just not happening simply because of the coronavirus pandemic. But are you trying to get your tour card? Where do you see yourself, let's say, 5 years down the road?
Yeah, I mean, like right now it's the same for everyone. So you just kind of got to take advantage of the bad situation. But yeah, definitely striving for the tour card. It's going to be really tough, but just going to the right school is really important, having the right coaching.
Where did you go to high school, Jake?
I was born and raised in Flagstaff, so I went to Flagstaff High School.
Oh, Flagstaff High, and then ended up down here. Okay.
Look at those mountains right there, Vince. Is that the shot from Flagstaff right there that we're looking at, Jake?
That's actually from eastern Arizona and Thatcher.
Oh, they got a mountain like that down in Thatcher?
Mount Graham.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's right.
Unbelievable.
So, Jake, your plans are to return for another season. What is the strength of your game? What do you feel like if somebody were to ask Coach Wittig, what is it about this guy? What does he do well? What do you think Coach Wittig would say?
I hit it further than a lot of guys out there, to be honest. Like, not a lot of people can get it out there with me. Golf's really mental game, really, with golf. I mean, that's huge.
You get any hole-in-one recently?
I've never gotten a hole-in-one.
Okay.
Being that golf is such a unique sport, Vince, it's very individualized. You have you're really only playing against yourself and the course. How do you find that balance, Jake, between, you mentioned that you're good off the tee, you're able to drive the ball a long way, maybe further than some other guys. How do you balance that with keeping the short game intact and then working on that putting? The old saying, you drive for show and putt for dough.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly just practice. I mean, like for every hour you're out there hitting balls, it should be 2 hours on the short game area, just getting sharper.
Okay, Jake, most important question you're going to have all night.
Oh, boy. Drum roll, please.
Are you a Happy Gilmore guy or a Judge Smales guy?
I'm a Happy Gilmore guy.
Oh, there you go. All right. Okay.
Great answer. Great answer. Well, Vince, it's been a great show. We've been pleased to be joined by some amazing athletes here, and we wish all you guys nothing but continued success. We thank you for coming on here and sharing your story with us, and we look forward to following you in the future.
And listen to the JV Sports Show Saturday morning, 9 to 10 a.m., AM 1060.
That's Thanks it. Also again, available on the live stream. We appreciate you guys joining us here tonight, and take care. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you soon.
Go JV.